separate yourself from them. Them with a capital T. Them as in the people, governments, corporations, and religions who make sure that you get no closer than 90% of the way to your life streams. Them who rub your nose in their sacred shit when you play by their rules. So play by different rules. Rule 1, go to where the ball is going to be, not where the ball is. Why? Because they use your understanding of where the ball is to lure you into wasting all your free time, energy, and money to get 90% of the way to where the ball is. Then they jerk it away, at little or no cost to themselves. They do this over and over again until you or someone you know has wasted their life and is being lowered into the ground to the mumblings of some priest. So fuck them. If liberty is outlawed, become an outlaw. Don't play by their rules, and don't tell them you don't play by their rules. Rule 2, don't be a slave. Slave only wants to wear the crown, but instead it's a crown of thorns worn by a slave, so don't enslave anyone or anything. Rule 3, no pedophilia. Pedophiles destroy souls, including their own. They cannot be redeemed or reformed, but they die real nice. Rule 4, no solo missions. We have the bomb and other grown-up toys. We use them, but we don't use them just because one of us loses their mind and kills everyone on the planet in a fit of rage. So the kill switch always has at least 2 minds controlling it, at least. Rule 5, share the source code. Information wants to be free. We make it available to you only if you agree by reading or using it to make it available as open source and free information to other people who want to use it. The last 4 rules are Archon laws. Breaking them is very, very, very serious. It's not simple. What is equally simple is that your government, corporations, and religions, if you live in the Western world, are stupid, arrogant, and weak. This guarantees that your country is acquired by China and Russia, who, faced with the resource crisis of their own, make sure that their future population growth, notice the surge in Chinese on the streets of Vancouver, occurs in your country, not theirs. Resource crisis? What resource crisis, you ask, trembling a little perhaps inside? Surveys in the last 4 years of humans living all around the earth show that the vast majority of them want to live like North Americans in 1995. Problem is, that requires 5, count them, 5 Earths worth of resources, and only 1 Earth to go round. So where will the elite scrape together the resources to fuel their inalienable right to a North American lifestyle? The answer is right in front of you if you bother to look. The answer is they'll get those resources from your backyard, from your country, which if it's any country in the Western world other than Germany, which did not ship its industrial base to China and Russia, is bankrupt. Bankrupt as in no more money to pay for the national debt and unfunded liabilities like Social Security, old age pensions, Medicare, and the military, and of course the 800 trillion with a T dollars worth of liabilities which are credit derivative swaps. The same goddamn thing that crashed the economy in 2008, but this time much worse. And notice that China and Russia have practically no debt, and they have at least 35,000 metric tons of gold each, while America and the United Kingdom each have less than $1 billion worth. How will the Ruskies and the Chinese use that gold? They will make their money, the ruble and the renminbi, gold-backed, meaning that people looking to put their life savings somewhere safe will entrust it to those good old boys in the Kremlin and those good old boys in Beijing, meaning that the real political power will be in Russia and in China and not in Washington or Downing Street, meaning that control of what used to be Canadian water will be under the thumb of corporations like Nestle, bought and controlled by the Russians and the Chinese, meaning no water for you, or those conservation-minded Californians with their lake-sized swimming pools and their hyper-irrigated grapes either. How long will Washington take to answer the troubling question then of how American water ended up on Canadian soil? How long before we learn to dance between the friendly, falling American and Chinese bombs as they fight over their water on Canadian soil? Still feel safe in your neighborhood? You now understand why you must live in space, because the best strategy for survival is to be somewhere else when the bombs start dropping, somewhere else, as in space.